Hello everybody and welcome into today's video. First and foremost, I would love to thank all of you for joining in, and again, thank you so much for the help in gaining me some subscribers. I'm in the mad dash to 10,000 by the end of my, first, full year on YouTube. I so appreciate all of the help from all of you, so thank you. If you're watching this on Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving to all of you and your family. This is going to be recorded on Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving. That's what day it is today. And if you hear a little noise in the background, I'm down at Jeremy's house and we're getting ready for our annual Friendsgiving, and we are so excited to spend time with Cindy and Craig and Jamie and Brian and Jimmy and Bridget and all of our friends that are coming over. So if you hear a little bit of ruckus in the background, that's why. I wanted to go over a couple of my most monumental finds of this last year, and here for full transparency, I worked up the diamonds, the diamond weight on this bracelet on a napkin that was in my car. That's all I had to write down on, and I wrote down the name of the designer, and they're from Paris, and the carat weight on the bracelet's approximately 6.72 carats, and the plain one was like 69.50. After I did all the research, I wrote down all the diamond information. Anyways, this is the Viltier bracelet, and internally flawless diamonds set in 18 karat gold. It is a magnificent structural bracelet. You will see that some of these today are kind of replays from previous videos. You know I don't do that. That's not what I base my channel on. I like to bring on things you hadn't seen before, but there's the VT mark and the export mark for 18 karat gold and the eagle head. So that's the hallmark for 18 karat, and I brought that back on because I wanted to show you some of my most important finds of the 2024 season, per se, before the year ran out. And I wanted to do a replay of my best finds because I hadn't done that yet on YouTube. And I thank you all so much for the love and support that you're giving my channel. I just absolutely love it. This sapphire and diamond bracelet, this was a knockout. The carat weight on this is magnificent. It is solid 14 karat white gold, and those diamonds are absolutely gorgeous. It's very difficult to find that many marquee diamonds in a ring from this time period. I would say late 1950s. I think I paid, I'm going on memory here, I think I may have paid $1,200 or so for it. I would think retail on a ring with this complex and that kind of stones and that kind of handmade mounting would be around, $3,500 to $4,500. In a retail jeweler, look, I have tape on my hand because I was packing boxes upstairs with Jeremy a minute ago, and I still have a partial label on my thumb. So Jeremy is still packing orders from our last show, but now I cleaned up my hand. Finally, after 3 minutes of a video, I finally cleaned up my hand. So there's that. I take no shame in my game. I work full time, and you all know it. This is blue topaz and diamond. I bought this at the I think I bought this at the pawn shop, and it's absolutely one of the best blue topaz I've seen. And look at that scrolled mounting, solid 14 karat white gold, and very beautiful pave diamonds around the halo. I'm not a fan of that style of ring, but when it looks like this and it's a cocktail ring and it has a blue topaz of that quality, I said absolutely yes. And I think I paid, on memory here, I think I paid $600 for this. I may have paid less. Maybe I paid $400 for this. And I think that might be, is that a Levion? Let's see here. I don't, oh no, it's an Effie. EFFY. That's an Effie in solid 14 karat white gold, and I just loved that. See, I don't buy by designer. I don't buy by name. I buy by craft and design, and I know that you all appreciate my transparency in how I buy. These I accumulated from 3 different trips to the flea markets. These are all gold pocket watch cases. This one has sapphires and diamonds, very Art Deco. This one's 18 karat gold. When you open these up, they're signed on the inside of the back of the case. Sometimes they're gold filled, sometimes they are solid either 14 or 18 karat gold. This one I picked up for $1 at the Hartville flea market. It was in a kind of a junk box, and I always tell you, go slow with the junk boxes. And this was a dealer that should have known better, but this one's 18 karat gold as well for $1 to 18 karat gold. Sometimes I will try and sell them as a watch, and gold value, like in this one, would be around 160. This one might be a little bit more, around 170 to 180. So a great profit immediately from that. So I stashed these two. And then this one, I found this loose gemstone in a pile of kind of just junk jewelry at the flea market, and I trapped it inside of that case. I just opened and closed that. Let's open this one and show you how they open. I need to slow down today, even though today is Friendsgiving, and I was not supposed to do a video feed. Oh, there's a diamond in here too. Look, I stashed a little tiny baby diamond in there, but see where that's marked 14K? So those are always marked on the inside of the case customarily, sometimes on an outside edge. But look how cool that stone looks in this watch case. And I don't know what the gemstone is, nor did I particularly care. I knew that it was a good stone, and I trapped it in there. So I thought that would make a very interesting ring, very, very interesting ring if I were to put a shank on it. And as a jeweler, I always think about how I can use things in my work. I could solder that closed, like I could solder a little plate in there. I just thought that was, and then that little diamond would float around in there. Look at that little diamond going absolutely crazy. It's the Jason diamond. It can't sit still. So there's that. And so those, finding those, I just, like I said, I stashed them. I don't know what else to say about them besides always look at the watch cases. This I bought from my friend Jimmy, who works out at the Antique Mall, and he buys on, I think like every few Saturdays, he's a consumer there, and he buys from the public. And this came in through the door, and he sent me a picture, and he said, would you be interested in this? And I said, if those are diamonds, I'm absolutely interested. Solid 14 karat yellow gold on the cusp of between Victorian and Edwardian. Anyone who says different's incorrect. The clasp says 1910, 1915. And again, you can't date something by its clasp. I've already been over that before. But the cut of the stones being European cut and absolutely beautiful diamonds, I said to myself, yes, Jimmy, I would love to have that. I think he paid 400. I think he paid 400, and which is a fair price for both buyer and seller, and I think I paid him 500 for it. And that central diamond is such the dazzler for European cut. Very good color and very good clarity. So look out for things that look like that as well. So one of the best finds, and I had help from a friend. Let me be transparent when people say, well, how do you do all this? Well, I have people that, help me. I have dealer friends that I've been friends with for a long time. This is a classic example of this, and I almost have this sold right now. It's almost sold, and I'm still working on it. This is just over 7 carats of beautiful diamonds in solid platinum. Look at that for an eternity band. And it's signed down in the inside. This came into a pawn shop, and my friend that works there, he called me and he said, we found a Jason ring in the back stock, and we really need to get rid of this. It's been here for a while. You're kind of our only out for it. So, if you want to stop in and take a look, we would be grateful, and we'll work a deal with you. And boy, did they work a deal with me. Solid platinum, 7 carats of really gorgeous diamonds. So that was one of my top finds, and I had help finding it. I got the call, and I always say, answer your phone in the business. It could be 11:30 at night, 1 in the morning, and I'm still going to answer my phone. I'm still going to answer when dealers call me and say, hey, we have this dazzler and this sparkler. We're going to call Jason, so I was so grateful for that. And I was so thankful. And I did give him, quite a little bit of a finder's fee after I bought that. So retail on that one in that quality of stones and platinum, it's right around, I think it's like 11,000. That's at least the last comp that I found online was about 11,000. I show you this one because it's been with me for just at a year. This is solid 14 karat gold. I had this in a previous video. They missed it that it was gold because it wasn't signed. Look at the solder seams and look at the finish. That's absolutely at least 14 14 karat gold, and beautiful hand painted enamel in this almost realistic flower with that veining and those seed pearls. Really gorgeous. Pin and pendant both. Late Victorian on this one. 1880, 1890, and likely English. But again, not signed 14 karat. So pay attention. And this is extremely heavy. I bought this for $5. It was $4 or $5. You know, and if it's like $4, I don't think about it. Yeah, there's a few little chips, but that's to be expected. But it's modeled so beautifully and so wonderfully. And again, 10 minutes in, and I feel a little bit panicked because Friendsgiving is going to be in about an hour and a half, and I'm still helping Jeremy pack up some orders from our last sale on Bully Run. Thank you all so much for your kindness with me and Jeremy. So many people have now went over to the Bully Run Coffee website, and you're all ordering coffee, and I couldn't be more thankful. And I want to say thank you to all of my viewers. So understand that this Thanksgiving means more than most. I'll say that. And thank you so much for your kindness. And I hope I give back everything that you give to me and more. This is solid 14 karat yellow gold. It's not signed. I don't think it is. All completely hand constructed from the late 1940s. And look at that massive gem grade citrine. So sunshine yellow and a very large stone. Probably on that one approximately, let me look, that's approximately 20 carats. And I've been so around stones so much, I can give you an approximate when I see stones like this. You can measure it and you can put the measurements into a calculator, measure across and here, and then measure the depth of it, and you can get fairly exact. But for a 1940s, 1950s mounting and citrine, I said, yes, that's a success story. I bought that one for very little. Again, sometimes I don't mention a price because if I go to sell them, I don't want to be judged by my, my increase or my income. This is 18 karat gold and platinum. This was custom made, and I showed this one because this was not signed. And I think this one was the one that was attached to a charm bracelet that was gold filled. And I bought the whole bracelet for I think $25 or $30. And I sold the bracelet and some of the charms for around 100 and I think like 150 or 160, which is a very good price. And then this was basically free. So I kept this 18 karat gold and platinum soldered together. Extremely well made, hand constructed. Probably on this one, late 50s into the 60s. But I'm most certain it would have been a wedding band, completely hand constructed for, a bride and a groom back in the day. And just really well crafted, great construction. And, since it's free, I think scrap on it was like $390. And I just do basic workups. This ring is interesting as well because you normally don't see turquoise and gold. And this came from the Gilbert Ortega Gallery, located in Scottsdale, Arizona. I have the original receipt for what was paid, and I think this was bought in the late 80s. When you talk about gem grade or expired mine turquoise or important or historical turquoise, this is one of them. That is one of the most highly modeled turquoise with such a dark black matrix. I did show this to two turquoise experts, and they both had varying opinions on what mine this came from. I will do a future video on this when I do another turquoise video, but that is so beautifully done in solid 14 karat yellow gold, fully hallmarked down on the inside. Look at how architectural this is. Such a beautiful sand cast surface, really magnificent that half of the ring is inlaid and half of that is that kind of abstract cast design. I think that is one of the most handsome turquoise rings that I've seen in a long time. I had it out for sale as soon as I bought it, and I did not spend very much. And the asking price that I had on it was not, it just wasn't enough. And then I looked back and said, I'm so glad it didn't sell. And so now I put it back into my collection just for now, but I will sell it. Let me get this lint filled box because I love lint in my videos. I collect diamonds and lint. So this is angel skin coral. So this is technically what angel skin coral is. This is absolutely Victorian, gorgeous, really beautiful craft. It's a winged angel, 3/4 profile. So when you look at cameos and you look at carvings, look and make sure that the fineness is there. And look at the polish, really beautifully done. Drilled out eyes, so that it looks like an actual eye. And look at the curls of the hair. So expertly carved. Very, very primitive pin stem. Tube hinge over here. People ask me, do you clean that? I don't. That's just me. And since it's part of my collection, I don't have to. And then they say it spreads to other things. I've yet to have that spread to another metal in my collection, and this has been with me just over a year, or just at a year. So I loved that for Angel Skin Coral. 1860 value on that, 375 to maybe 400, or 425. I think I paid on that one. I think I paid $5. No, 5 or 10. I lost track on some of these, so you'll have to forgive me for that. I like to be fully honest and transparent, but there's only so much I can do. I found this in the bottom of an auction box, and this is a very strange story. So I won't get into specifics, but I will say that I was stunned to find this in the bottom of an auction box lot that I had previewed, and I never saw this brooch in the box, and I was astounded when I won the online auction and I went to pick up. I was very happy because all of my items that were supposed to be in the box were in the box. And then in the bottom of the box, I found this. And I thought, how did I miss this? I think this may have been tangled in a strand of beads or in a jumble because there was a lot of tangles. And I thought I had sifted through. And I'm very careful, as you all know. I should never have missed this. So this was almost a big mistake. I'm sure I missed things. I'm sure there's things that sneak through even, my hands, even though I've been doing this for so long. That's a genuine blue sapphire. And approximately, I would say on that one, it's going to be about 5 carats. It might be like 4.5 carats, but it's going to be about a 5 because it goes deep. It's a very, very dark blue. It does look black in the video, but this is a very deep, like cashmere blue, very velvety. Look at these 1/4 carat European cut diamonds. And I got the box lot for like $120 or $140. And, I was delighted with that because I think my bid on that one was like $350. It was like $300 or $350. And I got it for like half what my bid was. And I was very excited by the resale. So I kept this. This is 18 karat gold. It is Victorian. It's a Victorian original, maybe around 1860, 1870. Intertwined snakes on the outside of this design. And those European cut diamonds are so gorgeous because they're very white. European cut diamonds had a tendency to lean yellow, brown, off color. Clarity is always an issue. But for a Victorian brooch, that was an absolute knockout. I would say retail on this one, because the size of the sapphire and the size of those diamonds in 18 karat gold, you could say $2,200 to maybe $2,700. I think that's a fair going rate. Someone may disagree and say, well, I think it would be $1,800. And then someone may say, I think it would be $3,500. So there's a big range in some of these things that we find just based on the going rates and what we've been seeing from auctions. But the scintillation in those diamonds, being old European cut stones, I love them. And someone would say, well, those are mine cut. And I would say, no, those are European cut. Those are not mine cut stones. This one, you all remember, I saved this from the pawn shop. And this is the Cartier love ring, fully hallmarked on the inside, $750. There's the inventory code, the 64, and then the other additional hallmark. Make sure that when you see these rings, this is exactly the way the ring is signed. There are so many knockoffs of this ring that are genuinely just garbage, that are total trash. This is rose gold. And it's such a handsome design. I don't buy by name, but when you see the craft of something like this, that thick walled in 18 karat gold, when I found it at the pawn shop, they sold it for the metal value. They didn't sell it for the name. So of course I scooped it up. I think I paid did I pay $475? I'll have to look at my receipt. I think I paid $475 for this. And the craft and the skill that went into this, that's an internationally known design. So absolutely fantastic. Love that for a Cartier design. A little bit of noise upstairs with guests coming in. So that's my cue to hurry it up. So this one is filled with 2 14 karat gold bangles. I got very lucky at the flea market, and all jewelry on a table was $1 each. $1 each. And they missed the mark on these because it's so small. Let me go over here. See that little tiny mark that looks like a dent? That's the 14 karat mark. And nope, my camera's not going to zoom in on it. You'll have to trust me. That's the 14 karat mark right there. It almost looks like a little imperfection in a solder seam. Then we come down here, and where did the 14 karat gold mark go on this? There it is. So they missed this one as well. Not sure how they missed this one because it's a little bit more prominent. Let me make sure. Let me go in on this edge and make sure that I can get in on this. Yeah, 585. And then it does have an export mark. So these are foreign. I just found a little export mark. Looks like a little, maybe a racing horse. I'll look it up in my book, but it's marked 585. Maybe they didn't know what the 585 meant. That means solid 14 karat gold. And these are that kind of diamond cut or embossed. Look at how fantastic those are for two very large, very heavy 14 karat gold bangles. I will be honest and tell you, I almost didn't touch these because there are so many that were made in Japan that were gold tone that are worth 50 cents or $1. You know, so I almost didn't touch these, and I'm so glad that I did. So glad that I took the chance and slowed down. I tell everybody, take your time when you're looking at booths like this, that everything's $1 or everything's $2. When they put blanket prices on their items, it might just mean that they're not a specialist in jewelry. So always check those tables out and go really slow when you're at the flea markets. Touch everything. Don't leave a stone unturned. That's the way I made my money back in the day in my youth. That's why I have what I have now, to be able to go out and to buy more. I have shown this brooch twice before, and I'm so glad to bring it on for a long feed video. This is Brutalist at its best. Brutalist jewelry, I'm going to do a whole video on it. And that's another thing. If you have any ideas for any videos that I haven't covered, please just leave it down in the comment section. I read all of my comments, and it might take me a few days sometimes or a week, depending on what's going on. These are platinum heads. They're soldered down to solid 18 karat gold. This is absolutely gorgeous. Signed 18 karat here, there, and down here. There may be another hallmark in throughout here, so I'm going to look for a signature. Sometimes the pin stems are signed, as I've covered before. This is 34, I think it's just over 34 grams of solid 18 karat gold. Absolutely wonderful. So now we have some squeaking chairs upstairs, so that means that people are probably going to get seated for dinner, and here I am running my mouth in Jeremy's spare room. And those diamonds, I think it's just at almost 4 carats of very clean and very white diamonds, probably VS in clarity and about GH in color. They might be slightly better than that, but I always grade my stones a little bit less, so that if I sell something or when I sell something, that people aren't disappointed by what they get. This is one I haven't showed. I'm so glad you're staying tuned. 22 minutes in. Look at that for colored sapphires in 18 karat gold. It's on a 20-inch 18 karat gold necklace, and these are all fancy colored sapphires. Pink, yellow, kind of a sagey deep green, and aqua colored, Caribbean Sea, a citrine colored, flaming orange, a cinnamon red, a dark lavender, a fuchsia, an extremely royal blue, and then this, I don't even know what to say about that one, a champagne with a blush overtone. That is a genuine diamond, and about 20 or 25 points. This is an exceptional 18 karat gold and colored sapphire pendant on an 18 karat gold chain. I saved that from the scrap pile. I had to spring into action. You could wear it on another chain here, so it actually would read as like more of an enhancer. So there is a secondary ring here. What I was thinking of doing is, since it's off center, running a little chain down and having a very important gemstone drop off of the bottom of it in like a teardrop. So it'd be like a basically an asymmetrical lavalier, but look at those colored sapphires. And as soon as I saw it, I had visited this a few times, and it just kept eating at me and saying, go back and get that. And again, a heck of a good buy. So that was a great save. This one was not what I'm normally used to, but I bought this for $10. This is solid 10 karat white gold on a white gold chain. Amethyst iolite or amethyst and tanzanite. I gotta check the stones, but I loved the style of this. Very affordable. And in that beautiful gift box, I thought thought, this is perfect for the holiday rush that we're on right now. All resellers should be panicked right now because I know that I am. This is the Lily of the Valley brooch. Platinum leaves in these beautiful old mine-cut diamonds, mixed gold. So there's yellow, green, and rose gold. And look at the rose gold here, and then accented with 18 karat yellow gold. The diamonds in this and the size of this brooch. Have I seen better in this form? I really haven't. It's not because I own it, it's because it's true. And these diamonds are very large. Normally they're not that big. Lily of the Valley and then a mixed floral. Just fantastic in its design. Late Victorian into the Edwardian time period, but I love the mixture of metals. Usually I don't, but I did on that. And of course, who doesn't love the old push button boxes that I have a massive collection of now? Then we'll do these few and we're done for the day. And I will say again, thank you and happy Thanksgiving to all of you and your families. And I have to be so thankful for this year. These were at a pawn shop for a very long time, and I've been friends with and have known Joe for a long time, and he's a wonderful friend in the business, and this was eating at me. I've seen these for years there. These are the natural gold nuggets, and I had begged him to sell me these for years and years. And I said, Joe, could you please sell me those natural gold chandelier nugget earrings? And he refused. He just said, no, those just aren't for sale because no one's going to want to pay for them. No one's going to want to pay the price. Well, when gold went up, I got a genius idea, and I put my money where my mouth was. And I called him and I said, hey, Joe, gold is up. And I got his son on the phone first. I forgot this part. I got his son on the phone. And his son said, let me check with my dad and see if he would sell those today. And I said, well, he haven't sold them to me in 10 years. And Joe's a staunch character. I don't think he's going to sell them to me. Well, the son asked, and he said, Dad, Jason is calling, and he was wondering if you could sell him those gold nugget earrings. And you could hear Joe go, okay, all right, okay, I'll sell them today, because gold was up, so I played my hand, I played my card, and I got a heck of a buy. I bought them for scrap, and I'm so thankful because these are natural gold nuggets, likely from the gold rush, either California, maybe Alaska, but I'm going to say California on these. I will have an expert at the Gem Group take a look at these. And by the way, I think it's December 10th, I'm doing a presentation for the Lapidary and Gemological Group here in Ohio, and I'm going to try and either do a live feed or a pre-recorded, putting me in front of an audience of, I think, 60 people that are 10 times smarter than me. Should be a really interesting night, but I've done it now. I've done the presentations for about 17 years. And so I'm so excited about it, and I get to share my collection of jewelry with them. I do a fancy show and tell, and I will do a video of that. I'm going to do my best. So anyways, those were a great buy in gold. So again, some of my best gold finds from this year, and this was one of them. I was so thankful. I bought this for brass. This was sold as brass because of the oxidation, and I do have the watch to this, and I can't find it in my stuff right now because I just can't. This was sold as brass. It's solid 14 karat gold. It might be 12 karat. That might be 12 karat. Yeah, it's solid gold. And it's probably 12 karat. I take back the 14 karat comment. Look at those solder seams and look at that attention to detail. Again, 8 out of 10 of these will be gold filled. 8 out of 10 are gold filled. So don't just see this and think you're going to cash in. Most of them that you find are going to be gold filled. This one is solid gold. And probably 12 karat more than likely. It's at least 10 karat, but probably 12 based on color and solder seam. I've been around this for, again, 28 years. So like you might say to me, well, how did you know it was gold? Well, pay attention to solder seams. Go back to my past videos because I explain all that in past videos, and I go real close to show all of you. And I keep saying, if sometimes I can't find the right words to say what is gold and what is not, but I'm going to do further videos. I have a lot planned for this coming year. That's Victorian, 1870, and I love that Y style drop. So 1870, I think gold on that is, I think it was 17, no, $1,400 in gold. I might be wrong. This one might be $1,300 in gold. It's a lot. I will say that I paid under $20. So I paid under $20 for that. So I always say for that, take the chance. That's my key advice. This one was severely marked down, but this one was one of my best scores in terms of a finished Modernist and Brutalist gold piece. You don't find much in Brutalist gold, and this could be a very famous designer. Is it in the school of Van Cleef and Arpels? Sure. You know, Arpels? Sure it is. Could it be Cartier? Sure. Could it be Tiffany? It probably could be. I have not checked thorough enough for hallmarks, but it's solid 18 karat gold. And look at those diamonds in this kind of like planed surface. I'll be right back. So Jeremy just sneaked downstairs really quick. I guess maybe one of the fuses blew upstairs. So he snuck down the stairs so carefully. So thank you, Jeremy. No problem, buddy. So I guess probably one of the fuse blew upstairs because of Thanksgiving dinner. Because Jeremy believes in making around 100 pounds of mashed potatoes. So as Mary Adams can testify, Jeremy sure knows how to feed our troops that come over for Thanksgiving. And so I'm not going to stand much longer, but 18 karat gold on this and diamonds. And look at those different planes and those different surfaces. This is a favorite in design for me. And I think it weighs, let me take a look here. I think, well, I just lost the tag yet again. And that was like $2,000. Let's see here. So that is 27 grams of 18 karat gold, and the diamonds were 0.80 GHI and SI1 in clarity. So that's a killer. And I did buy this at a resale shop. I did buy this at a store. And again, this isn't signed. This isn't signed 18 karat. And look at the screws holding that together. Those little threaded screws that hold that whole construction together. And the double fur clip mechanism is very important. I wish I could slow down and show all that. And then that's a kind of like a hanging bail. So that folds up this way and you could wear it on a chain, asymmetrical on a chain. But that's a beautiful trombone. You pull that out, all completely hand constructed with that soldering. Really gorgeous. And look at that row there to reinforce that raw edge. Look at the craft of these things. Always take a look at the profile and see that that gallery wire is so carefully soldered down in all those places to keep this from flexing. That is extraordinary. I love this one. That's one of my favorites from this year. Based on design, and how often do you find Brutalist in 18 karat gold? You just don't. I think this is the last one for today. Oh, it is. And it's a box of lint with diamonds. So these are platinum studs, and they are old. They are almost Edwardian in time period. So beautiful in platinum and diamonds. And those came to me. I got really lucky. I bought a collection, and I think these are now paid for ×3. So incredible diamonds, really great craft, and I love them very much. That concludes this video. It is time for Friendsgiving, and I so appreciate each and every one of you for joining in every single time. Please like my videos and share them out. And again, happy Thanksgiving to you and your families. I hope you're getting decorated for the holidays and you have joy in your hearts, because that's what we all need. I love you so much. Take good care of yourselves. Mwah. Bye-bye.